Hello, College Park Cougars. Welcome back. Today we're going to do the gray star words. Take a look at this list and see if you are familiar with any of these words that we will be covering today. Notice also words that you're not familiar with quite yet. Those are the words you're really going to want to focus on during our practice today. So, let's get started. Here comes our first word. It is the word read, as in the present tense of read. I read my story. Let's sound out read. 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 Is an R. E is a long E sound that's made with the vowel team EA. Read is the letter D. Read. This is the present tense of read. For example, my favorite place to read is on the couch under a cozy blanket. The word is read. Now, read can also be said as past tense. And when it's past tense, that long E turns into a short E. It turns into the word read. Like I have already read that book. Let's sound out read. Sounds like a short E, but still spelt with that vowel team. Read. For example, I read that book last year. Read, meaning I've already read it. Here comes the next word. The next word is the word group. Say group. Sound group. Oop. Group. G being a G. Being an R. Ooh is typically spelt with an O, but here it's spelled with OU. Oop is a P. It is the word group. Sound it out with me. Oop, group. For example, everyone in our group will work together and have fun. It is the word group. Here comes our next word. Our next word is the word take. Say take. Sound take. Take. T is a T. We hear that long A sound, and we see it spelled with an A with a final E. So I have my A. Now I make it long by swooping over one and adding that E towards the end. It is the word take. Sound take. Take. For example, can you take us to the baseball game? The word is take. Here comes our next word. Our next word is the word form. Say form. Sound form. Or form. Being an F. Or is that R controlled OR? Is that M to make form. Sound out form. Or form. Form can be a verb with it, which is an action word, like I form the clay. Or a form could be a type of paper to fill out, meaning a thing, a form, or a noun. Here's the first example of form as an action word, a verb. We can use clay to form a house. Form being the action word. The next one, this is form as a noun, as a thing. You will need a parent to sign the permission form for the field trip. form being the noun, the thing that needs to be signed. Here comes our next word. Our next word is the word water. Say water. Water has 2 syllables. Water. Water. Sound wa. Wa. Being a W. Sounds like a short O, but it's actually an A. Water. Sound ter. T. T. Being a T. We only hear that R, but remember, that is every syllable needs a vowel, so it's ER. Water. Let's sound out water. The word is water. For example, it is important to have water nearby while we are exercising. The word is water. Here comes our next word. Our next word is the word open. Say open. Open has 2 syllables. Pen. Open. The first syllable is O, and it's spelled with an O. Pen. Sound pen. P. N. Pen. P. Being a P. Being a short E. Being an N. It is the word open. For example, I helped open the door for my teacher when her hands were full. The word is open. Here comes another word. The next word we have is below. Say below. Below has 2 syllables. Be, low. Below. Let's sound out B. B. E. B. B. Being the letter B. E. Being the letter E. It is a long E because it is at the end of the syllable. B. Low. Sound low. O. Low. Being an L. An O. We hear a long O, and that long O sound is being spelled with the vowel team O-W. Be low is the word below. For example, his cat always naps below the table. The word is below. For this next word, I'm going to keep my first syllable of be and add on to it to make the word between. We've already done be, and the second syllable here is tween. Tween. Let's sound out tween. T-w-e-n. Tween. T is a T. W is that W sound. E. We hear a long E, and it's spelt with the vowel team E-E here. And N, being an N. It is the word between. Let's sound out between. B-E-T-W-E-N. Between. For example, my dog likes to sit on the couch between my dad and me. The word is between. Great job. Here comes our next word. Another 2-syllable word. This is the word already. Already. Actually, this word's 3 syllables. It is all red E. Already. Let's sound all. All. Now, we hear a short O, but it's spelled here with an A. All is an L. There's our all. Now let's sound out the middle syllable, red. We've already done this word in the first word when we did read, as in I read a book. Let's sound it out again. Ed, red. Being an R. We hear that short E, but it's spelled here with that EAT. And D, being a D. All, red, E. We hear a long E, but we know if it's at the end of a word, it's often a Y. It is the word already. Let's sound out already. Already. It is the word already. For example, I already finished my work, so now I will read my book. The word is already. Here comes our next word. Another 3-syllable word. This word is the word family. Say family. The syllables of family are fam, li. Family. Let's sound fam. Fam. Being a F. Being a short A. Being a M. Fam. I is the sound of a short I. Fam. Now we have the ending suffix li. E. Being an L. And E, we hear a long E, but we know that is a Y. It is the word family. Let's sound out family. Family. The word is family. For example, my family celebrates holidays with special traditions. The word is family. Here is our next word, another 3-syllable word. It is the word important. For this word, we're going to do 1 syllable at a time because we don't have enough boxes for this word. Important. The first syllable of important is im. Sound im. Im is the first syllable. I-M. The next syllable of important is pour. Sound pour, p, being a P, and or being that R-controlled O-R. Pour. Pour. And our last syllable is the syllable tint. T, being a T. It sounds like a short I, but in this word, it's actually spelled with an A. T, n, being an N, and T, being a T. T, n, t. So our word is important. Important. For example, it is important to be on time for school each day. The word is important. And our final word is another big 3-syllable word. It is the word everything. Everything is 3 syllables. The syllables are ev, e, thing. Oh my gosh, it's 4 syllables. Everything. Let's first start with our first syllable, ev. Being a short E, being a V. There is our first syllable. It is the syllable ev. We only hear an R, but remember, it's a syllable, so it has to have a vowel. Therefore, it is ER. E. We hear the sound of E, but here it is a Y because it's at the end of a syllable. E. And our final syllable, of our big 4-syllable word is thing. Let's sound out thing. Being a TH. Being an I. Being that NG digraph. Everything is the 4-syllable word everything. For example, do you have everything you need for school? My mom asked. The word is everything. Now I'm going to take all those words and mix them up. Let's see if you can read these gray star words before I do. Let's get started. Water. Important. This is the past tense. Red. Form. Family. Between. Everything. This is the present tense. Read. Group. Below. Take. Open. Already. Great job at practicing the gray star words. Take a look at this list now and see if you are able to now read these words fast and fluent. Keep going until you got them all. See you next time.